From CBS 4, this is Haystack TV, powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding reliable services can be like finding a needle in a haystack. With HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got a lot easier. Now here's the host of Haystack TV, Chris Kane.
Difficult financial times can be extremely stressful. Constant phone calls from collectors, arguments with your spouse, and hopelessness as the bills continue to pile up. The law offices of Andrew F. McKenna understands. They will work with you to find the best solution to your financial problems. Andrew McKenna has more than 18 years' experience. He's a member of the National Association of Consumer Bankruptcy Attorneys. He only represents consumer debtors and not businesses, and his office is accredited by the Better Business Bureau and has an A+ rating. Andrew McKenna joins us today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Chris.
Now, tell us about what causes people to start to seek bankruptcy or just even debt relief.
Oh, many reasons, Chris. Bad things happen to good people. Individuals lose their jobs due to illness or the recession. They rely on their savings, loans from friends and family, and credit cards in an effort to meet their basic living expenses. In time, they miss a credit card payment. Interest rates increase, escalate, because they're based on a default interest rate. And they find themselves in a situation where they can't meet their minimum payments, let alone address their underlying principal debt. This results in a debt spiral that becomes overwhelming.
So it sounds like it's probably a pretty big mistake to wait if you start finding yourself in this situation.
It's a substantial mistake with devastating consequences. Why people wait? They're optimistic. They're hoping things will turn around. They rely on some misconceptions about the bankruptcy process. Bankruptcy is a means to protect your home and protect your vehicles. The common perception out there is you may lose your home and lose your vehicle in the bankruptcy process. Delays result from clients having a misunderstanding of, or the misconception out there of the impact of bankruptcy on your credit, when in fact bankruptcy is the first thing you need to do to put yourself in a position to rebuild credit. And lastly, clients rely in delaying oftentimes on these 800 debt negotiation services, these 800 lawyer-assisted organizations. Based on my experience, a majority of my clients that have been to them have been outright defrauded. They're lured in by low minimum payments per month. They're supposedly being held in trust towards some eventual settlement that doesn't occur.
Yeah, and those are big scams, and I've read a statistic that about 70% of people that go through those companies end up filing bankruptcy anyway. In
my personal experience, it's actually a greater percentage that end up in bankruptcy regardless.
Now, what happens if people wait too long, in dealing with their debt?
Clients can, oftentimes it's very disappointing. It's unpleasant to see. Clients will take second mortgages out on their home to address their debt. They end up losing their home. They can't service their first and second mortgage. They go through their IRA accounts. They go through their 401k funds, burning through their nest egg. By ignoring their debts, they eventually creditors' calls. They have to put up with harassing creditors' calls. Collection companies at their door, calls to friends and family even. This can lead to complaints, judgments in court. Judgments lead then to wage garnishments, bank levies. And although we don't have a debtor's prison in our country, if you do fail to comply with a court order requiring you to pay a judgment, a bench warrant can be issued.
Yeah, so it is really important to get on top of this. Don't wait. You've given us great information. I want to tell people too that it is very important to go with an attorney that has a lot of experience, much like yourself, 18 years experience. You know what you're doing. There's a lot of companies or attorneys out there now that are getting into this for the first time because they see people going down this path. That's a big no-no. Make sure they ask the right questions. I'm going to tell people how to get a hold of you, and thanks so much for the great information you shared with us.
Thank you.
The law offices of Andrew F. McKenna have helped navigate thousands of clients through the bankruptcy process. If you're having a tough time keeping up with your debt, give them a call at 303-730-8819 or visit their website at afmlaw.net. They serve the entire Front Range. Call them today for a free telephone consultation. Their number again is 303-730-8819.